Imagine for a moment your life is a pyramid made of light. Every layer hums at a slightly different frequency, like chords in a cosmic song. And when one note vibrates, the others resonate. And sometimes, when one note is off, everything sounds a little out of tune. You can feel that, can't you? That little disharmony that calls you to realign. And this is where Dilts' logical levels become not just a model, but a map of the soul's architecture. The environment where the soul meets the world. Think of it like the soil that your roots grow in, the people, the spaces, the music you let touch your skin. If you change your soil, you change your growth pattern. That's why monks build monasteries on mountains, and why a cluttered desk can clog your intuition. The environment whispers to your nervous system. It teaches your subconscious what's normal. So when you move into sacred space, even your cells start to pray. You already know this, don't you? How the atmosphere of a room can silence your mind or stir your spirit. So play scientist, play magician. Move one thing in your space. Watch how it moves something inside you. That's you already using the first level. Level 2, behaviour. The dance of doing. Behaviour. That's what you do with the space. It's the choreography of your habits. Brush your teeth with gratitude. The act becomes a ritual. Walk through your doorway with intention, and suddenly, every step becomes prayer. Behaviour is the bridge between inner and outer. The way spirit learns to speak through your body. And yet, sometimes the body resists. Sometimes you say, I'll meditate, but your thumb finds the phone. That's okay. You just caught yourself at the second level. Awareness rising. Because the trick is this. You can't do your way to awakening. You practice your way into remembering. Level 3. Capabilities. The inner wiring. Ever wonder how intuition works? It's a capability, not a gift you're born with, but a skill you can train. When Dilts said capabilities, he meant the mental software, strategies, skills, inner maps. When you train your mind to notice subtle sensations, when you code your inner world with feedback and presence, your nervous system learns to read frequencies. That's not woo, it's neuroplasticity. Think of it like tuning your inner antenna. Every time you trust a nudge, you strengthen that neural pathway. Every time you doubt yourself, you teach your system static. And maybe that's the only difference between the psychic and the ordinary. The psychic listened longer before they dismissed the whisper. Level 4, beliefs and values, the operating system. Now we go deeper. This is the level of why. Beliefs are the rules that your nervous system plays by. The unseen if-then statements of your subconscious code. If you believe I'm not safe, your body floods with cortisol. If you believe the universe has my back, your cells literally open for learning. Science calls it epigenetic modulation. Spirit calls it faith. And every healer, every mystic, every neuroscientist eventually learns. Beliefs. They're biochemical spells that you cast on yourself every day. So ask, not what do I believe, but what beliefs believe through me. When you shift those, even subtly, you reprogram the simulation. Level 5, the identity. The I that eyes itself. And who are you beneath those beliefs? The I that says I. Identity isn't static, it's a story. A mask, yes, but also a doorway. When you say, I'm intuitive, your unconscious mind starts organizing reality to prove it's true. When you say, I'm unlucky, your nervous system edits the data to keep that consistent. So identity becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why transformation, it's not about adding. It's about remembering who the fuck you already are. Your identity is the lens through which purpose shines. Change the lens, the light changes colour, but the source remains the same. Level 6, the purpose, the spirit, the infinite context. Now we're at the crown, the realm of for whom, for what, for all. When you realise your identity is an instrument, your purpose becomes the song the universe plays through you. Some call it Dharma, some call it mission. Dilts called it connection to something larger. The mystics call it God. The physicists call it the unified field. Whatever you name it, it's the place where you end and everything else begins. And here's the paradox. When you operate from this level, you don't need to fix lower levels. They realign automatically. Because purpose rearranges physics. Your frequency upgrades your form. That's not magic, that's resonance. So how do you use the logical levels? Identify the problem. At which level is it really happening? Example, I can't meditate. It's a behaviour. I'm not spiritual. That's an identity. Chunk up, big picture, ask, for what purpose? Or what's this in service of? Until you hit the highest meaning. Chunk down to the detail, ask, how specifically? Or what do I do next? To bring heaven down to earth. Align. Make sure your purpose, identity, beliefs, capabilities, behaviours and environment all sing the same song. Because misalignment, that's the static that blocks intuition. Alignment, that's what turns your life into a channel. The spiritual science behind it. When you align these levels, neuroscience calls it coherence. Brainwaves synchronize, heart rhythms stabilize. Quantum biology calls it resonance. Energy systems entrain. Mysticism calls it oneness. Separation dissolves. Perception expands. Different words, same phenomenon. Systems integrating into harmony. And when you don't, when your purpose says yes, but your behaviour says no, friction burns your energy. That's karma, cause and effect, coded in biology. If you ignore this model, life will remind you. Kindly at first, then louder. Dis-ease, disconnection, disillusion. Not punishment, correction. Your system recalibrating itself back to truth. Because no one escapes the pyramid. You can only climb it consciously, or be dragged up by chaos. And as you breathe right now, somewhere inside you, your mind, your body, your spirit, they're aligning. Because you've already used this system your whole life. You've already changed your environment to shift your mood. You've already upgraded your beliefs after an awakening. You've already felt your purpose tug at you from beyond logic. You already know how to do this. Now, just remember that you know. So from now on, when you face confusion, you'll chunk up to meaning. When you need clarity, you'll chunk down to action. You'll feel the map unfold inside you. Environment, behaviour, capability, belief, identity, purpose. Like a ladder made of light. Because separation, that's just a labelling error. Everything's connected, always was, always will be. So here's the truth smack. If you're still waiting for permission to live your purpose, stop. The universe outsourced that job to you. Change the fucking environment, move your body, upgrade your code, remember who you are. Serve something bigger than yourself. Because that right there, it's how spirit evolves through form. That's what the logical levels do. They remind the universe through you. It's still waking up to itself.